You're ready to go, they're still scrolling. They are always honey, you're barely interested. They want it fast, you need warmth. They are into dirty talk, you need eye contact. And now you're wondering, are we not just sexually compatible? Welcome to episode 2 of Are We Sexually Compatible? And today we're talking about desire mismatches, blueprints, and what happens when two people want sex very differently but still want each other. So, as usual, I have broken this into parts and you'd understand much later. So, for part one, we have desire mismatch. So, let's start here. A difference in sexual desire doesn't mean something is wrong with either one of you. You're not broken for wanting sex all the time, and they are not broken for wanting it more often than you. The issue is rarely libido, the issue is often style, the style with which both of you do it. And most of us were never taught that people desire differently, which is why this podcast exists. So, part two, the two desire types. Now, if you have listened to season one of this podcast, you'd understand what I'm about to say. But for those that are new here, I'm going to try to break this down. So, there are two types of desires, there's spontaneous and there's responsive desire. For spontaneous desire, you get turned on quickly like a light switch. You can go from 0 to 100 in minutes. You often initiate sex. You don't need much foreplay to get in the mood. This is what most movies show. It's direct, it's hungry, it's immediate, sharp, sharp, you know? And then we have responsive desire. You don't get aroused, you warm up gradually. You need emotional or sensual stimulation first. You may not think about sex until it's initiated, but then you enjoy it. You desire after touch or connection, you know, when it starts. This is like the most common desire pattern in women, but it's often mistaken for low libido. And here's the catch: if you have a spontaneous partner and you are responsive, they may start to think that you don't want them, and you may be thinking, I'm not normal. And suddenly, shame creeps in where clarity should be. Oftentimes, I advise that couples have a discussion like with themselves about sex, but I realize that they just prefer to have a conversation about anything else but sex, and that has never made sense. It has never made sense to me because at least people in our generation that are in a relationship have more sex than I don't know. I've not been in another generation before, but from what I have been hearing, from all the sexual innuendos that we find on TikTok, on social media, it looks like we have more sex. We have a lot of sex, actually. That's why situationships and all the ips, all the ships, that's why it happens. That's why it's like everywhere. We have a lot of sex, right? But we find it difficult to have a conversation about sex. People don't find it comfortable to have a conversation about sex that they are having with their partner. As in, it's both of you that have seen each other anus, but you can't talk to each other about how you don't like certain. It just makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Okay, but I hope it does after this. I hope that what I'm saying catches your attention and it keeps your attention and it makes you want to set things right. So there are five sexual blueprints, right? You can think of it like love languages, but in the bedroom. So we have energetic, sensual, sexual, kinky, and shapeshifter. I'll explain, at least to the best of my understanding. So one, for energetic, you are turned on by space, anticipation, and maybe the subtleness of it all. You're turned on by deep eye contact, energy play, teasing, but you can be overwhelmed when things move too fast, when it's too much. For sensual, you love mood, music, lighting, slow touch. You need emotional safety and like aesthetic environment, which is why you notice that you rarely get turned on in the house. But the moment y'all go on a vacation or like you enter a hotel room, it's like, ah, why am I feeling this way? Right? You get turned off by stress or maybe bad smells or textures. It's just a thing that you found weird for a while. But see, that's valid. That's valid as fuck. Okay. And then for sexual, your classic raw, direct, body parts, orgasms, penetration, all of this, like you get turned on fast and you want it now. You don't need like elaborate setups. You don't need all that serere. It's just sex is sex for you. And then for the kinky, which is number four, you get turned on by taboo, intensity, power exchange, doing shit in public, the concept of what if somebody catches us just turns you on sharp sharp. What if somebody's watching turns you on. Having sex in a club where people are actively dancing but they don't know what you're doing turns you on. You enjoy BDSM role play, dirty talk. You need trust and deep consent conversations for shit to go on. That is what it means to be kinky. And then five, we have shift shifter. This is a blend of all of the above. You need variety, novelty, creativity. You can adapt to different partners, but you might start to feel unfulfilled if they are stuck in one zone, right? When your blueprint doesn't match your partner's, sex can feel off. You're speaking French, they're speaking Mandarin. No one is wrong. You're just like let's say untranslated. Mm? And then for part four, I'm going to try to explain what this mismatch feels like in real life. Okay, so let's talk scenarios. They want money sex, but you need coffee, not cock. You need deep conversations to feel turned on. They just need a look. Like you're walking around trying to get shit done for the day, and they just look at you and they smack your ass and like they want it then and there. They're kissing all over your neck, and you're like, babe, wait, I need to go and get something done. Just hold on, hold on. And in the end, they start feeling unwanted. And you're there like, what? Like it's morning. I need to get my day going and not start thinking about sex. Sometimes you want candles and music. They just want porn styles and moons. And that's like all they want. Sometimes they want quickies, but you don't like the idea of quickies. You need a connection for shit to happen. If this feels familiar, it's not that you're incompatible. It might just mean that you're misaligned and you haven't actually spoken to each other to get like to understand each other. Now, here's what you can do about it, which is part five. You have to identify your blueprint. Is it energetic? Is it sensual? Is it sexual? Are you a shapeshifter? Which are you? And you have to share it with your partner. Invite them into the process. Explain what it means on your side from your perspective. Okay? And then three, you name your desire type. Are you responsive or spontaneous? Stop taking your differences personal. They are not rejection. Negotiate your rhythm. Schedule sexy time. Build anticipation. Create a, I don't know, pleasure plan. You're not too much and you're not enough. You're just in need of a new sexual language that both of you can speak. So, to the woman who thought she was broken because she didn't want it all the time, to the woman who has been faking moans because the connection wasn't there, to the woman who doesn't want more sex, she just wants better sex, this episode is your permission slip. You're not complicated, you're just layered. And baby, layered women need layered lovers. Let's start having sex that speaks your whole body's yes and not just what culture told you was hot. What not just what television has told you is hot. So next episode we'll be talking about pleasure languages and how to actively communicate what you like without shame or shut down. In the meantime, I hope you're safe and I hope you have safe sex. Your body is yours. Don't let anybody cajole you into doing what you don't want to do. So that being said, see you, love you. Mwah.